tā īpašā vērtība ir, ja kopējos projektos satiekās cilvēki ar ļoti atšķirīgām kompetencēm, kas ikdienā šķiet tādas nošķiramas atsevišķos rāmīšos saliktas. Filozofiski tas tāds aicinājums arī domāt un rīkoties ārpus rāmjiem.
One product example that I could give you is a product called Ode. So this was developed by a digital agency, and it was about releasing fragrance in the homes of dementia patients to stimulate their memories around food and appetite. So it would release certain fragrances at certain times of the day. That patient or person would remember to, or it would prompt them to eat. So it would help them with their appetite. And that's just one example of a creative solution to a healthcare problem.
I think like good designer should think holistically. So he or she should think about the whole life cycle of the product. So where the material comes from, what happens with the product after consumer doesn't want it anymore. So it's one big cycle, and in some reason I have been very interested about waste all the time, because this is this kind of like really unsexy topic. No one actually wants to deal with it so much. So that's why it has been very interesting for me to understand how I, as a designer, how I can actually influence the fashion industry through my work, through my professional work.
I think the big things that are changing for learning are two things. One, it becomes more global, and two, it becomes more personal. It becomes more global because you can bring resources from outside the classroom into the classroom using the internet, and it becomes more personal because the student can move at their own pace because of what the technology allows.
So we're not just bringing technology in and expecting it to work miracles, but that we're using the technology to see the educational changes that we want. And also, you know, the world changes, children live with technology all the time, and so we have to really change because the balance has shifted to the old Victorian model.
Pagājušajā gadā Saeima apstiprināja izglītības attīstības pamatnostādnes 2014. un 2020. gadam, un viens no virzieniem ir modernas mācību vides izveide. Moderna mācību vide nozīmē ne tikai atjaunots modernas mācību saturs, kas atbilst šā brīža bērna vajadzībām, lai dzīvotu ne tikai šajā gadsimtā, bet arī 22. gadsimtā, bet kas ietekmē arī to vidi, kurā viņš mācās.
Tieši pateicoties tehnoloģijām, kādas šobrīd ir iespējamas, skolotājiem ir iespēja veltīt vairāk laika tam, kas skolotājiem patiešām būtu jādara. Proti jāatbalsta skolēni, jāpalīdz viņiem mācīties, jāiedot viņiem prasmes mācīties, jādod viņiem prasmes sadarboties ar citu, kritiski vērtēt informāciju. Savukārt tehnoloģijas dot iespēju mazāk laika tērēt tādām tehniskām rutīnas lietām.
At the beginning of primary school, you should give some incentives and show them how amazing is the science world. Because in the primary school they don't have science, they don't have chemistry, they don't have physics at school. First of all, you need to go to science centers. Second of all, you need to give them great games with education and lots of tools, and then they get this kind of experience and they understand that this is a really amazing world. And then in the secondary school and the later education, they remember those experiences, and this is the only option how can we make interest in our children in science.